GFX editors and other people wanting to learn. Just kidding. But we are going to learn how to advance motion track today. This means reflections, shadows, animations, particles. Yes, all of that is going to be in the film and it's going to be realistic. So, to get started, we need to import our clip. So, insert an audio track and video track to Sony Vegas. And then I'll just drag in the clip here. And there we go. The clip I'm using is a MW3 clip. If you have the black bars, just right click on your clip, go to Properties, disable resample just so it looks better, and uncheck maintain aspect ratio. Then click OK. So first of all, we don't need the audio, so right click on the audio, go to Group, then Remove From. So now you can delete the audio and not the video. Delete the audio track. Guess we really didn't need that in the first place. And we're good to render. Now, when rendering for motion tracking, you wanna render it in a picture format. So you'll have like maybe hundreds or thousands of pictures in one folder. And yes, you will have to make a folder. So hit Browse, Desktop, and then right click, New Folder. Then just call it Motion Track. Hit Enter, and then save. You can either render it in JPEG or TIFF. I think that's the best ones, but if you want to render it in PNG, BMP, any of that, then be my guest. But render in JPEG if you want the best quality. Then just hit render. I'm gonna pause it here, and once I come back, it'll be done rendering, hopefully. Alright, so we are back, and it is done rendering. So I'm gonna exile Sony Vegas now. No. And then I will go over to the folder that I saved my sequence in. And you'll see, again, a lot of pictures. So once you're sure that's there, open Boujou. Just give it a minute here. And there we are. Now click Import Sequence. Then navigate to the folder where you saved all the pictures at. Alright, then you want to click on the first picture. Then click Open. Now, if you have a different frame rate than mine would be 29.97 frames per second, which is basically 30. Then click this and change to your frame rate. So if you have 60 frames per second, change it to 60. But in this case, 29.97. Then hit Apply. I know in some versions of Boujou, once you hit Apply, it'll change to 25 frames per second. Just change it back and then hit Apply again. Then close that. So then you need to track features, and what that's going to do, it's going to go through the entire clip and place points on the clip, and it will track pixels wherever like they go. So this pixel right here, for example, if it moves from here to right here, a dot will trace that. And imagine that for all the pixels in the image. So if you have a clip that's really high in quality, your motion track is probably going to come out really good. So just hit track features here, and then if you want, you can go to advanced and put your sensitivity up if it's not getting enough points. See how it creates more points there, and just keep that on normal. Check red, check green, check blue, keep those there. Don't check fast checking, and hit start. And this usually takes a while, so I'm gonna pause it again right here, and I'll come back whenever it's done. And one more thing, you have to check this right here. That'll check, well, it's gonna camera solve all these tracking points after it's done tracking the features. So it'll place your dots, and you'll be able to put the dots in scene geometry. So I will be right back. Alright, I am back, and we are ready to add the scene geometry. And as you can see, what it did here is, as I said before, it tracked the pixels, and it moved the pixels basically with the scene. And it moved it pretty well, actually. Yep. Alright, so now we need to add scene geometry. Just hit scene geometry, add coordinates from hint, and then the origin is going to be the middle of where Cinema 4D is. You know when you first start and you have those 3 red, blue, and green lines? Yeah, that's the middle. So just put that right there. And go to the middle, well, where you want the middle to be. In this case, I want it to be right here. This seems like the middle of my scene. So just click a point there, and then connect to selected. Update the coordinates frame, then put that back to, wait, no. Okay, add another coordinate from hint, and now you want to select the Z and X plane. This will be the floor of your scene. So Z and X plane. And right here you would want to get as many points as possible on the floor. So hold Control and select as many points as possible that you see on the floor. So don't select any on the wall or on the tractor, or, you know, nothing going up and down, because that'll really throw Boujou and Cinema 4D off. So just select all these points right here and here. Some more right here. Some right here. Here. And be careful you don't select the points in the background way over there if you have a really long clip like I do. So select these, and these, those two. And you can see all the points like coming forward over here. Just ignore that. It'll be alright. Select these. And I think we're at the end of our clip. Just select a few more over here. And then now once you have all the floor clips, or no, the floor points selected, you can go through, make sure. Now you can come back to this dialog box and make sure it is on Z and X plane. Not X and Y, not Y and Z, not any of the axis or lines. Z and X plane. So after you're done with that, connect to selected, then update the coordinates frame. Then you can close that. go into 3D to make sure that everything is motion tracked right. Alright. Oh, hold shift to move around or rotate. Alright, looks pretty good actually. And now, just to make sure, you're going to want to add a test object. So what this does is it adds this right here basically. I don't know if it's a ladybug or like one of those bugs from The Mummy Returns where they're all just swarming at him. Well, anyway, just add one of those, exit out, then it should be at the origin or the center of your clip. And yes, it is motion tracked well and everything. So go back to 3D, and yep, that